In the green countryside of early 19th century England, where manners mattered more than emotions and marriages were more about wealth than love, lived a family with 5 unmarried daughters, a hopeful mother, and a quiet father. This is the story of how pride can cloud judgment and prejudice can block the heart. But it is also the story of how love, honest and true, can break through both. Welcome to the world of Pride and Prejudice, a timeless tale written by Jane Austen about love, misunderstanding, and personal growth. Let's begin.
The Bennett
family and the arrival of Mr. Bingley in the small village of Longbourn lives the Bennett family. Mr. and Mrs. Bennet have 5 daughters: Jane, Elizabeth, Mary, Kitty, and Lydia. The Bennets are not rich, and since they have no sons, their house will one day go to a distant male cousin. Mrs. Bennet's biggest goal in life is to marry her daughters to wealthy men. One day, the nearby estate of Netherfield Park is rented by a young, rich bachelor, Mr. Charles Bingley. He is kind, cheerful, and handsome. He comes to the village with his snobbish sister Caroline and his rich, proud friend Mr. Fitzwilliam Darcy at a local ball. Bingley is charming and dances with many ladies, especially Jane Bennet. They seem to like each other instantly, but Mr. Darcy keeps to himself. When Elizabeth Bennet is suggested as a dance partner, Darcy says, "She is not handsome enough to tempt me." Elizabeth overhears this and forms a strong dislike for him. First impressions and growing tensions as time passes. Mr. Bingley continues to visit Jane. Jane also likes him. She is shy and reserved. Elizabeth and Darcy meet again at social events. While Elizabeth finds him arrogant, Darcy begins to quietly admire her intelligence and spirit. But he hides his feelings. One day, Jane is invited to Netherfield. On the way, she gets sick and stays there for a few days. Elizabeth walks several miles in muddy weather to visit her. The Bingley sisters laugh at Elizabeth's country manners, but Darcy begins to respect her more. Still, Elizabeth's opinion doesn't change. Her prejudice is strong, and Darcy's pride makes it worse. Mr. Collins and a proposal refused soon. Mr. Bennet's distant cousin, Mr. Collins, visits. He is a silly and proud clergyman who will inherit the Bennet estate. He talks constantly about his patron, Lady Catherine D. Bourgh. Mr. Collins wants to marry a Bennet daughter. He first tries Jane, but is told she's likely to be engaged. So he shifts to Elizabeth and proposes. Elizabeth, shocked, politely refuses. Her mother is furious, but her father supports her decision. Soon after, Elizabeth meets a charming soldier, Mr. Wickham. He says that Darcy wronged him by denying money. Left to him by Darcy's father, Elizabeth believes him and her hatred of Darcy deepens. Jane's heartbreak and Darcy's first proposal. Mr. Bingley suddenly leaves for London without any explanation. Jane is heartbroken. Elizabeth suspects Darcy had something to do with it. Later, Elizabeth visits her friend Charlotte, who is now married to Mr. Collins. Near their house lives Lady Catherine de Bourgh, who is actually Mr. Darcy's aunt. To Elizabeth's surprise, Mr. Darcy visits often. One day he unexpectedly proposes to her, saying he loves her despite her low status and poor family connections. But instead of being happy, Elizabeth becomes angry. She accuses him of separating Jane and Bingley and of being cruel to Mr. Wickham. Darcy is shocked but leaves her a long letter before going. The truth comes out in his letter, and Darcy explains everything. He believed Jane didn't truly love Bingley and tried to protect his friend. Mr. Wickham had actually tried to elope with Darcy's 15-year-old sister for her fortune. Darcy was protecting her honor. Elizabeth reads the letter many times. Slowly, her feelings begin to change. She realizes she was wrong and had judged too quickly. Her prejudice was just as strong as Darcy's pride. Visit to Pemberley and a new side of Darcy months later. Elizabeth travels with her aunt and uncle to Pemberley, Darcy's grand estate. She learns from his servants that he is kind and generous. To her surprise, Darcy appears in. Instead of being cold, he is warm and polite. He even invites her family to dinner. Elizabeth sees a different side of him, a caring brother. responsible landowner, and a respectful gentleman. Then terrible news arrives, Lydia. The youngest Bennet sister has run away with Mr. Wickham. If they don't marry, Lydia's reputation and the entire Bennet family will be ruined. Elizabeth is distraught. Darcy leaves quietly. A hero behind the scenes soon, Lydia returns married to Wickham. Everyone is shocked and confused. Later, Elizabeth learns the truth. Darcy secretly found them, paid Wickham's debts, and arranged the marriage just to protect Elizabeth's family. He asked for no thanks. He did it out of love. Elizabeth is deeply moved. Her respect for Darcy grows stronger every day. Happy endings, Mr. Bingley returns and proposes to Jane. She accepts with joy then. Darcy visits Longbourn and proposes again too. Elizabeth this time humbly and sincerely. Elizabeth says yes. They realize how much they've grown. Darcy's pride is gone. Elizabeth's prejudice is gone. All that remains is deep, mutual love. Conclusion: Pride and Prejudice is more than just a love story. It's about how we often misjudge people and how wrong those first impressions can be. Elizabeth and Darcy were far from perfect, but they learned, changed, and chose each other, not for money or looks, but for honesty, growth, and real connection. Their journey reminds us, love isn't about finding someone perfect, it's about finding someone willing to grow with you. Thank you for watching. If this story touched your heart, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more emotional and timeless tales.